I'm going to show you 5 YouTube automation niches that are doing over $3,000 a month so that you can mimic them in your own style and hopefully make that before the end of 2025 too. Now, I have a pretty good idea of how YouTube automation works because this new channel I launched less than 3 months ago already made me over $13,000. My one-on-one client Jeremy is doing over $4,000 a month and he's launched this channel like early January. And then we have Michael here who is doing over $1,000 a day with YouTube automation through the 5M system that I teach in the Faceless Tuber School. Now, I'm not gonna reveal the niches from the channels that me and my students run, but the niches that I've just showed the results of are actually similar niches to the channels I'm going to be showing in the video today. And especially niche number 4 and 5 is something that you should look into because it's highly profitable, easy to make, and it's very trending right now and not saturated yet. So let's dive straight in with niche number 1. And one last disclaimer before we dive in, guys, please take inspiration from the channels that I'm going to be showing you and don't try to one-on-one copy them. Try to understand why they work and then mimic them in your own style with a different branding or different topic. If you want to learn how to do this with AI and find your niche, check the video on niche research on my channel. Now, niche number 1 that we have, or channel number 1 we have, is called Key. And it has 150,000 subscribers and 90 videos posted. So if you go to the channel stats, they do 10 million views every single month. Their videos are 15 to 20 minutes long. So they probably have an RPM of like $5 to $10, which would result in a whopping $50,000 a month easily. Now, as you can see, their niche is basically psychology. So people with social anxiety, here we see people who don't talk too much, heal your inner child, people with no friends. And their main niche or like format is the psychology of something explained. So the psychology of people with social anxiety, the psychology of people who have no friends, the psychology of self-transformation, the psychology of people who are deep thinkers. So they're doing very well, and they found this idea with the psychology of and then fill in the gap, and they're just doubling down on this extremely hard. And the first thing that I would think about when I see this is when you have like the psychology of people who don't talk too much, for example, how can you replace something simple like the word psychology with something else and then come up with a format for videos like this that describe a certain type of people, and maybe it's not psychology but like a replacement word that you can fill in there, and then you can make all these types of videos about a certain people, but not about the psychology, but maybe another like psychological factor that you can describe here. Now, this is a perfect example of doubling down what works. Like I said, as you can see here, they started doing it here a little bit already. Psychology. And for multiple months, they just have been milking this same format style, and it just keeps working for them. Now, to give you a very quick example of how I would approach finding a new niche based on this niche right here is just making an image of their top performing 8 videos and then writing something like this. Super simple. Come up with new YouTube channel niche IDs based on this title format. For example, replacing the word psychology with something else we can describe about certain people. And then literally here I get 5 great IDs or even 10 IDs. So for example, the last one here, the mind of people who think too much. So it's kind of the same as the psychology, but maybe the mind is like a bit of a different word, right? Here, the shadow, the habits. The habits is, I think, a very cool one. So you're describing the habits that certain people have with like negative character traits, so to say. Maybe the stories, you can do like storytelling channels here. I also liked, I think the first one, so here, the trauma of people with something. So instead of psychology in a broad term, you talk about the trauma that caused certain people to behave in certain ways, or here the philosophy. So literally 4 or 5 of these you could turn in a brand new channel. And then all you have to do is look at how this channel is doing their thumbnails. So it's basically like one colored background, on the left side, an image of someone that is like sort of like, let's say, the social anxiety they depict here, or no friends they depict here, and then text on the right. The thumbnails and titles are extremely easy for this. So within a few minutes of work, you can literally come up with these niches. I think I would start with the mind of, or I think I like the trauma, the stories. The trauma and the stories I really liked. I think the stories is cool because people love storytelling. And with this, you can like tell stories about people with certain traumas or like a certain like bad psychology. And then explain how they came to be or their personal stories basically, right? So this is at the moment my favorite method of finding niches. Just find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 well-performing channels that make a lot of money, and then just look what varying topics. So you pick something that works, but you twist it into your own angle basically. All right, so this is the style number 1. Psychology is and always will be a very good niche, but you will have to find that edge that you have for your channel to do basically. And just to show you what is possible with YouTube automation, this channel only got started 3 or 4 months ago and is already sitting at like that. vidIQ's estimate is like $26,000 to $79,000. Again, they make 20-minute long videos. The RPM is probably $6-7 at least. And yeah, the monthly views were 10 million, so that's easily $40,000-$50,000 a month. Now this is a unique case, but again, I think like from just this list that I gave right here, I think there's some very cool sub niches or like different ways to do this niche in. Now channel number 2 is called Presence and Pad. It has 100,000 subscribers and only 48 videos posted. And honestly, I love this niche already. I really love this like motivational mindset samurai kind of stuff. And this channel is exactly that. And I think they have a very cool and unique branding style, especially these last like 12, 15 videos, as you can see here. If you go a bit further back, it was a bit more random and different colors, but now they really nailed it down with this like orange and then lighter like off-white color. Now let's see what kind of views they're doing. 2.5 million views every single month, very high. Their videos are 20 to 30 minutes long on average. The video length is pretty random here. It's like 22 minutes, 36, 45, 33. So it's a bit random, but honestly, with videos this long, like 30-minute plus videos in a motivational style niche, your RPM is easily going to be $10 to $15 per video. So yeah, if you have like, let's say 2 million views, you already make $20,000 to $30,000 every single month. And these videos are such easy to do AI generated videos that you can do with like an AI script, voiceover, and then as you can see in the image here, it's just, oh wait, my webcam is in front of it actually. But see, it's just like these moving images of, in this case, summarized with some text over it and then some effects. These are like classic AI generated channels, which is amazing, right? Because it's so easy to do, but this channel is doing very well with it. Now let's see what kind of titles they are doing here. So the ancient Japanese secret to learn anything 10x faster. When everything seems meaningless, remember this. The Japanese system to breaking bad habits. So it's really like sort of like Japanese mindset kind of stuff. Now let's see what varying niches we can find for something like this again, right? So we copy the image, we go to our ChatGPT folder, and literally let's just take the same prompt as we just used. So come up with new YouTube channel IDs based on this title for word Japan. So this is all about Japan. So we just gonna look for other countries, continents, like philosophies or places or geographies to do this for. Okay, so let's see what comes up here. In the meantime, let's talk about this. So yeah, 20 to 30 minute videos. Again, if I would replicate this niche, I would just do the exact same thing thumbnail wise, but choose for a different color. So like red, light blue, yellow or something. Same text, but I would, instead of look for something like Japanese, go for another, like go for Romans, for example, or go for Native Americans, or go for like the Genghis Khan era, like the Mongols or something like this. So yeah, came up here. So see, you have like Chinese warrior mindset, the Roman disciple, the Spartan way, the Viking codes. Vikings is a good one. The monk's path, the samurai mind, industrial age, Egyptians, philosophers, and the warrior monk. So I personally like samurai is kind of what we have here. Maybe I think the Vikings would be cool. Spartans would be cool because they are known for like highly disciplined warriors. Chinese warriors, amazing too. Roman disciple, I think is probably one of the better ones. Like I would try Vikings, Spartans, or Romans in this case. And then you just mimic what this channel is doing in terms of their best performing titles and their thumbnails, and then also the titles that they are writing. So the ancient Japanese secret to learn anything. You can do the ancient Roman secret or the Viking secret or something like that, right? You can look for like famous warrior of that kind that teaches like philosophy or mindset stuff, and just like all these things, how to build like your mindset, and like top 10 listicles of building your mindset based on the philosophies of this this current like country or geography that you're talking about. So again, this is Japanese. If it's gonna be like Spartans, you literally just go for the scariest level of discipline you ever seen. Okay, this doesn't call out Japan, so bad example, but the ancient Japanese secret to learn anything faster. So the ancient Spartan secret to learn anything 10x faster. And then you just have a Spartan warrior in here, different color code, and the images, instead of like a mountain, the Japanese mountain, you use something related to Spartans basically. So again, best way to find, and like once you find these well-doing channels and how to mimic it is, just go to ChatGPT and ask it to analyze their best videos and to come up with new videos that you can mimic. Never try to reinvent the wheel with YouTube automation. See what is working for others and make something new based on what is working for them, so you have higher chances of success. You have their winning title frameworks, their winning thumbnail frameworks, so just replicate that for another, like something that looks like it. Now, channel and niche number 3 is called Revenge of the Coffee Pot. And even though it sounds silly and funny, this channel is making a lot of money with easy to make videos. So they have 28,000 subs, 420 videos, and they're doing almost 4 million views every single month. Now, their videos are 20 to 30 minute long videos, and this is like revenge stories, like typical AI storytelling videos. It looks ridiculously ugly with all the text on the left with white, yellow, and red, and then one person here. But these easy to make AI storytelling channels are doing very, very good this past like 3 to 6 months already. And as you can see in the video, it's literally just like a stupid like lakeside frame here with like a fake AI avatar and some text overlays. But these are getting so many views. And as you can see, this channel is uploading like 4 or 5 times every single day. And they are 30-minute long videos. So channels like this do a lot of spray and pray strategies, where you just upload like 4 or 5 videos a day that are each like about 30 minutes long. And if even one every 2 or 3 days takes off and gets like a few 100,000 views, then you're already profitable, because with the long length, the RPM of these channels is very high, and you just don't need a lot of views to be break even and make a lot of money. In a way, it's hard to compete with channels like this because they post so much. But in another way, if you are a beginner, channels like this are very good starting grounds, because you can do everything here with AI. So you can easily write a 30-minute script, do a voiceover with 11 Labs, and then the editing is non-existent, because as you can see, it's just like a stupid lakeside stock material with a fake AI avatar that's not even moving called Jennifer. And then they have some text overlays on here. So let's see which videos are doing well for this channel. So yeah, see, you have here like 1 month ago, this channel video got 133,000 views, 130,000, 130,000. This is all in the past like 1, 2, 3 months. Where these if one of these videos has a let's say it's a $10 RPM and they get 100,000 views, then they already make $10,000 from one single video only. Or I mean $1,000. So 120,000 times 10, $1,200 for one single video here. Now this adds up very quick if you upload 5 videos every single day. Plus, if one of these videos will cost you like $15, $20 to make, if you do outsource it to a virtual assistant or editor, if one video makes you $1,000 here and takes off, then you cover your monthly expenses for like 1 or 2 months already. So for these channels, it's very much about the volume. I don't know exactly what this particular channel is about in terms of the niche. So let's see. Boss blocked my 500 million deal. HR called me that way. The toast that froze. VP had me. So it's sort of like shit-talking business stories where people get disrespected at work or get fired or something. CEO's son mocked my safety protocol. See, it's super random topics. And it's just like AI-generated storytelling videos that people like to listen to in the background, apparently. But yeah, if you look at something like this is about like getting fired from work, like drama at work. Just think about where else is a lot of drama, where else do you get a lot of juicy stories, and just start making storytelling AI videos like this based on these channels. And channels like this go against all the principles of what a YouTube channel should be in terms of the thumbnail, the title, the editing and everything. But it works, it still monetizes and can make you a lot of money, as you can see in here. It's very easy to make, so yeah. this is a good starting ground for beginners wanting to like learn how to upload and start channels and make more videos basically. Now, channel and niche number 4 is called Lore to RPG. This channel has 6,000 subs, 130 videos, and this is one of these fall asleep to channels that has been really popping off the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And the beauty of these channels is that they're all like, the videos are like 1.5 to 3 or 4 hours long. And because of that, the RPM is extremely high. So even with like 1,000 or 2,000 views, you already make like $60 to $100. And this makes these channels very easy to run and very scalable and very profitable. Now, this particular channel is from a guy called Cody Schwab, I think if I pronounce it right, on YouTube. And he actually exposed that this is his channel and it made him over $10,000 a month. I can link his channel in the description. Now, the reason I shared this one is because the second or third channel I showed at the start of this video, one of my clients is also doing one of these fall asleep to channels, and he's the one making $30,000 a month with that channel. So these fall asleep to channels are very, very lucrative and profitable right now. And the amazing thing about them is that most of the people that run these channels successfully do it about topics that they really love doing. So this guy likes RPG games especially, apparently, and he makes like storytelling videos about the lore from video games that he plays. So like Elden Ring, for example, Ice Lord to Fall Asleep to Shadow of the Colossus. See, this is all like super long storytelling about certain video games that he apparently likes to play. And people just love to, if they are into the certain game that they play, and that is why these channels are so profitable, people will look for channels like this that they have an interest in. So if you are a big Pokemon fan, maybe you can make a fall asleep to channel about lore, about Pokemon, about Pokemon games, about the history of Pokemon and everything around that. This guy is more into the stuff like Elden Ring, and he makes fall asleep to stories about this, for example. A lot of people doing like science, space, earth videos like this too with sleep, or like boring history, as you might know it. So just look for these fall asleep to channels and then look in your own life, like the things that interest you, maybe your hobbies, maybe like video games, maybe something about space, maybe something about earth. Look what you are interested in and that has like a bigger cult-like following. And then see if you can make a fall asleep to channel for something like this. Again, these channels, you can very easily write a script with AI for, and then you just look at this guy. It's just a still image with some like overlay effects that you add in CapCut. So the script and the voiceover you can easily do with AI, with Claude or with ChatGPT. Then you just go into CapCut, you find 1 or 2 AI generated images, add some effects, and that is your video. I actually have 2 or 3 channels that I'm testing right now with this, and I hired one virtual assistant that costs me like $4 an hour to make these videos like this. And so one of these videos that are 2 hour long actually just cost me like $5, $6 to make. Because if you just add like for the editing 1 or 2 images, it's so quick to make these with AI nowadays. So a lot of possibilities in the fall asleep to market. There's still a lot of room for new and improved channels. And yeah, it's something that you should definitely look into. Now, channel number 5 and the last one for today, it's actually a niche that I'm into myself, and that's a channel that did over $13,000 these last 3 months. Golden Age files, so like vintage niches basically. So this channel got almost 20,000 subs, 115 videos, and they're doing 1.3 million views every single month. They have extremely long 40, 50 minute long videos, and I can tell you one thing. These vintage channels attract old viewers. So if you have old viewers from the US and you have long form channels, you're going to be having a very, very high RPM. So for my niche, it's also about like vintage stuff. The videos are just 15 to 20 minutes long and my RPM is already $12 to $15. And these videos are like 2 or 3 times as long. So I bet that this channel's RPM is $15 to $20 at least. So if they get like 1 million views, they are making a lot of money. And let's see what these videos are really about. So 11 shocking final scenes that weren't acting, 17 outrageous studio rules. So this is all about like acting, Hollywood, here, contract trapped legends. So it's sort of like about the old vintage like Hollywood legends and the movie legends and the secrets that they had, the bad things, the shocking things that happened to them. The movie reviews here, the Green Mile Cash reveals what most fans never figured out. So it's about certain movies, certain movie stars, their bad and secret stories sort of. So it's like the old people just love watching at this stuff because when they were like young, this was their prime and these movies were like coming out and they knew the movies and the stars and everything like Hollywood related. So yeah, very good niche, the vintage style. There's a lot of stuff you can do within the vintage niche, so definitely go and check it out. But yeah, there's multiple like angles that you can proceed with. It's not just about vintage Hollywood or movies, so to say. So do it that what you want, but yeah, vintage stuff, very high RPM, and a lot of things that you can do in that market too. So these were the 5 YouTube automation niches that are doing exceptionally well right now. Please do not one-on-one copy these niches, like I said. Use the methods I used for the first and second niche with ChatGPT, for example, to find mimicable channels that you can do or niches that you can do based on the channels that you find, and then test out these channels with at least 10-15 videos before quitting or like running up your channel. If you like this, please leave a like, subscribe. If you have questions about any of these niches or how you can find niches, drop it in the comments. And if you're serious about YouTube automation and you want some more accountability and like a step-by-step roadmap of how to start, click the link in the description and join my Faceless Tuber School. I've been doing this myself for almost 5 years. I've helped hundreds of others through my 5M system setup, monetized YouTube automation channels doing over $3,000 a month. And I teach this all through my 5M system in the Faceless Tuber School. So you go check it out in the description. Now, it's great to know which niches to get started with, but if I had to start over, there's 5 things that I would do, and I'm revealing that in this video right here. So click this video to find out what I would do with YouTube automation if I would be starting from scratch.